All right, I do believe we're live on Twitch right now. We're going to hit the other platforms in just a minute.
Okay.
If you just want to mute your mic.
It's your destiny. Flawless victory. Get over it. It's your destiny. Flawless victory. Fight!
right, everybody, what is going on? I'm just going to go ahead here and get my co-host all set here with his webcam, so bear with me here.
What on earth?
My co-host is joining me all the way from Luxembourg, and so we've had to do things a little bit different than usual.
Yeah, but what on earth, dude? My webcam. It's like I'm in the Twitch thing.
Yeah, I know. We're fixing you up here, and you're gonna be all set to go. So we'll get that all rocking and rolling here.
Oh,
Just
wow.
Bear with me here as we get your webcam all straightened out, because this all happened, of course, right after we go live. But okay, we're set.
You know what? I'm really happy that we're doing this. You guys don't even know, like, when you're in a foreign country, some of your apps that you sign into think, oh my God, we think someone is trying to access your account. Please verify that it's you. And then the keyboards here are different. The language settings here are different. So it's like, I can't read anything because it's not in English. And then I try to type things, and none of the buttons are where I am. So things took a little longer than usual figuring all this crazy stuff out.
Dude, like, legit. What can I say? Like, even the websites are different.
Oh my God. You know, it's funny that you say that, because I tried to go to GameStop.com to look at their collector's edition info, and it's like, sorry, this site is blocked in the EU. And it's like, what?
Speaking of the collector's edition, guys, if you have not gotten your collector's edition yet, you might want to do that. The only place to get it right now is on GameStop.com. They may have already sold out, but in store, you can't get them. They sold out as soon as they announced. So
Yeah, they are selling out fast. The Scorpion bust looks pretty neat. It's a 1:1 scale replica, so what can I say? Everybody wants one. $300. People are willing to pay for it.
I paid for it. I got it, and I'm gonna be rocking it on the stream as soon as I get it. I'm super, super excited.
Someone's asking me if I brought a laptop, and it's like, yes, but the plugs here are different, so that's an issue. The adapter says that it's not a converter, and so that can cause like a fire hazard if it doesn't convert the volts properly. So I kind of don't want to take a chance. And plus, even when I'm on my laptop, I still have to use local internet services, and so websites like GameStop are still blocked. So it's just like, yeah, there's always problems, and there's different possible solutions, each one with more potential problems that they bring along. And we have overcome quite a lot to be able to do this tonight, because let me tell you something. I love it out here. I love going on vacation and seeing different part of the world. I was absolutely thrilled with going to London and seeing the part of the MK11 reveal, just like you were thrilled to go to Los Angeles and see your part. We both got a chance to do the MK11 show, just different parts of it, since there were really two shows at the same time.
Oh, I know, dude, it was so much fun. You know, you're joining us. You're still not back in the States. You're still in Luxembourg. You're hanging out at the Museum of MK Museums with MK Dan. I mean, his place is literally an MK museum, isn't it?
Dude, as a fellow Mortal Kombat enthusiast who is so nice to let me stay in his house, I gotta tell you that his passion for Mortal Kombat is second to none. I mean, I just see all the crazy MK stuff everywhere. You guys don't even know. So thrilled. He's a friend of the site, mkuniverse.lu. Good stuff. Good stuff. Meanwhile, I see from your shirt you've been hanging out with some other friends of the site.
I made some other friends. I made some brand new friends, and it was a really big honor because Scott and I were invited to go to the Nethercast and be on their 100th episode, which was awesome.
What a milestone. What perfect timing. I love those guys at the Nethercast. I was just listening to an episode that Razor's Edge recorded. Actually, I believe he was a guest on another podcast that I happened to listen to. Razor's Edge's total dedication to the Mortal Kombat lore is parallel to none, except it possibly rivals my own. I would say that we're about neck and neck as far as our enthusiasm for the Mortal Kombat lore. So thrilled that you got a chance to hang out with that dude. I can't wait. I hope I get to meet him someday.
Dude, Razor's a really cool guy. I love Shad because he's a total Canadian, like through and through. He's great. And I love Cyborg, man. Great guys. He reminded me of my buddies that I used to have in college. We just all hit it off. Another cool thing on the podcast, we weren't the only ones there. We were joined by Brusque Poet in person.
Oh, very cool. Very cool. See, he and I have talked online, and I've even helped him collaborate on a couple of things before, but I haven't had a chance to meet him either. So You got to meet some cool people, dude.
Yeah, dude.
I guess we both did, because I met Cyrax and Ketchup as well. Sorry, Ketchup and Mustard.
Ketchup and Mustard. You're calling them by their proper names, Cyrax and Sector, but Ketchup and Mustard. Yes, awesome. Yeah, dude, it was so fun to meet these guys and to get together in an event like this. It's such a small scale event, and LA was really inclusive. There weren't, I would say, I feel like there weren't a lot of people that were there because seemed like it was invite only for LA. We got to hang out and meet Ronda Rousey, which was pretty cool. So that was definitely a lot of fun, and I got to tell Ronda about the time where me and Dan Pacino were watching her do MMA and how we always love watching her fight. And she's like, "Oh, tell Dan Pacino I love him." So
very cool, man.
So
very cool.
Yeah, it was super cool. And we got to do that. We ran around. We got to meet with Ed Boon. We got to hang out with Ed. We hung out a lot with Rigo. There were a lot of really super awesome, fun people that I just absolutely loved. I got to meet Alan Johnson and make a connection with him. He's a super awesome dude, a big gaming enthusiast. And I didn't know this about Alan, but before he worked for WB doing MK11, he came from Call of Duty. He used to do stuff with them. So,
dude, that's so super cool. But I gotta tell you, I'm keeping an eye on the chat. People are really hoping that we can just kind of
get right into it.
They want to go right into it because we have brand new MK11 footage, stuff that I haven't even seen yet. I mean, I was at my part in London, just like when you were in LA, and we both saw different things. But I'm really excited to see what you got too. You know.
Oh yeah, so we literally, and you can really getting the footage really is a shout out to Mobster for Christ, because that guy did not take no for an answer, and he went in there and he kind of got us in, and so we got in there and we were able to capture direct feed of the gameplay. Now, if you watched our live stream, we literally had a camera like in front of the screen watching it while we were playing, and Rigo was behind us, like kind of unwrapping the game for us as we went. But this is really special because the footage you guys are about to see is in phenomenal quality. You can thank Tabmok99 for helping with getting that up and going on our stream, because we didn't have to degrade any of this quality that you guys are about to see. So it's pretty phenomenal stuff. So with that, I think we should just get right into the nitty gritty, shouldn't we?
Yeah, let's do it, dude. I can't wait. I know our audience can't wait.
So I'm super excited to show these guys this. So without further ado, ladies and gents, yeah, I changed the overlay just for this. So without further ado, I think we should get right into it. And let me just get the video player up, kind of turn the volume down just a notch so we can talk over it. And here we go. So you guys are seeing everything that we got to see here. So this is just kind of the demo mode when it's playing, and this is when we were sitting down and starting to get everything recorded.
That's
and
Garrus.
This is the menu screen that you guys are seeing right here.
Oh. Sorry, I'm watching it like on a 5-second delay, so if I react to something late, bear with me.
No problem. So here I chose Baraka. Was really excited to play as him. And Mobster for Christ is the person playing on the right. I'm on the left. I've picked Baraka. Mobster's about to sit down and pick his character in just a second here.
Someone asked, where is that background? And I think it looks to me like the Lost from MKX, but much less dark and Netherrealmy than it used to be. So I believe this is what the Netherrealm looks like with Liu Kang and Kitana in charge of it, if I had to guess from what we know of the story.
Right. Now, this footage, by the way, I just wanted to let everybody know, we're putting up the raw footage for you guys of this entire video clip that you guys are seeing. We're going to put up the raw footage in as high quality as we can on our official YouTube channel at youtube.com/officialmkonline directly after the stream. So you guys will be able to peel through it, listen to all the interactions, and hear all the great music and sound effects with no voice capture over it whatsoever, pure footage. You guys will get to see that. We're going to do that for you right after the stream. We're going to get to uploading that. So don't worry if you miss any interactions or anything going on.
Oh, yeah. You'll be able to rewatch when we're done.
Right. Now, that being said, I'm not able to watch the chat right now because of what I've got going on for this. So
I'm watching it.
Yeah.
I'll respond.
Tabmok, feel free to respond here. We're kind of going, I'll kind of go and give you guys a walkthrough here. So Mobster's picked Garrus, I've picked Baraka, And you can see that you can really kind of expand this, and I think right here, Mobster kind of fat-fingered a little bit, but we're going at it.
Oh, wait a minute. Did you play on the PlayStation over there?
Yes, this is the PlayStation version, the PlayStation 4 Pro version.
Oh, that's amazing, because in London, we all played on the Xbox.
Yeah.
Ah, very cool how they showed different consoles in different cities.
Now if you watch this is a fatal blow for Garrus. It's incredibly brutal.
Oh, and look at how he's frozen in time. Look at how the blood freezes in place with him. The attention to detail on this is just marvelous.
Yeah, the blood effects in this are brand new. Never seen anything like these blood effects, and they
No,
look
they're very realistic.
They look
and then
very
with
good.
Magic, and with the magic applied to them, I mean, looking at the sand from Garrus, looking at the light blue blood that he oozes out, looking at the way he freezes Baraka in time, and the blood gets frozen along with him, everything is just incredible.
Yeah, now this is a crushing blow. And crushing blows are kind of like brutalities. They're very similar. You have to do special things to be able to get them off. And they can give you certain traits.
I really think it's going to take an entire encyclopedia just to explain the ins and outs of these crushing blows. I really do.
The crushing blows, they're not like hard to do per se. It's just a matter of understanding what they are and how to do it. And the more people get their hands on the game, I'm confident they'll figure it out. When we were in LA, they didn't really give us a whole lot of info about crushing blows. So I think it's one of those things like brutalities where they kind of want to keep it on the DL.
Yeah, you know, there's a lot of like figuring it out after the fact.
Right, and you'll have to forgive Mobster because he fat-fingered a couple times when we're playing.
Jasper is saying, I read somewhere that the Celebrity on Stage in London played on the PS4. Jasper, I was right there in London with you, man. I can neither confirm nor deny that. How did you... Okay, Chris Cornhole has one, and I would like you to answer this one.
Okay.
How did you guys feel about the overall pace of the fights? Oh, and Mellow9 Lives. This is all recorded in order. It's unedited. We're going to show it to you as it unfolds, but you will see some never-before content here before the night ends. Trust me. There is stuff that is on this stream that no one has. Am I right, Fatalkade?
That is correct. Now, what you're going to see here is... I think we're going to pull off a fatality.
Look at these fatality movements. I love how that was in the game.
Yeah.
When will the full roster be revealed? They basically gave us a huge hint during LA that Cabal will be revealed on the 30th. Because they had Cabal running by the screen, and then they're like, whoa, is that who I think it is? Yeah, but we're not going to talk about it until the 30th. So it's like, all right, stay tuned.
Right.
They can patch up the speed. Just email Ed Boon. No, I think they want a slower paced game this time. I think they want something set it apart for MK11 to make it different from previous games. Fatalkade, the chat is talking about how the game is a little bit slower paced than previous installments of MK. What can you say about that?
As somebody who's played a lot of MK9 and I've played a ton of MKX, I can tell you this game is a lot better. It being the rounds last a lot longer. The issue with even MK9 is when you got ridiculous with a character, you could put them in the corner and just abuse them until the round was over. I mean, you could really literally dominate somebody if they made one mistake. And in this game, by taking away the run button, there is no run button in this game. By taking that away, what they've done is really made this game more of a cat and mouse style game. This really feels like MK2 with, you know, the ability to do combos. But it feels more MK2-ish without the run. The rounds last a lot longer, and
they really do.
It
the
prevents...
rounds are super long. I saw rounds go down into the 30s and the 20s. It wasn't uncommon at all.
Yeah, and so like it feels like you're not going to get beat up nearly as much in this iteration of the game. It's not going to be so one-sided. There's going to be a lot of give and take for these fights, and you know, people are going to have an opportunity to get their licks in. Even if they're playing against somebody who's substantially better than they are, which I like.
About it, because if the chips are down and you're falling behind in the round, you have your chance to get behind. It's not like, oh, as soon as they get you, one really good combo and you're done. It's not like that with this game. So I think it's actually more fair than MKX.
Yeah.
I do want to get to another question now, because look at this. Rykov asks, did people only get to customize Scorpion? I've noticed that a lot of people only mess with his stuff in the customized mode. Now, I had a sneak preview. You showed me a couple screenshots of what's in store tonight.
Yeah.
I know for a fact that other characters will be customized tonight, and in fact, I don't believe anybody has shown off the specific customizations that we have. I gotta keep my voice down.
Yeah. So every character in the build was completely customizable. They only unlocked, I think, like 5% of what's available for each character. There's going to be a lot more customizations than what was in the demo build. But you'll see here that we actually, and it might be after this fight or a few more fights, we actually go into the customization screen and we show you customizations for Sonya. We show you some customizations, I think, for just about every character in this video. So you're really going to get some meaty information regarding that. You should be able to see a lot of different customization options. But there were some pretty cool ones. You can literally make Sonya kind of look like Johnny Cage, like a Sonya version of Johnny Cage, which is really fun, which I did. And you can name your variations, like you see Blood Priestess, Sonic Foxy. Those were just pre-made on all the demo builds for people to just see what a custom what a pre-built custom variation is. But you can create your own variation and name it whatever you want. So I created my own version of Sonya because she was my favorite at the reveal, my favorite character to play as. And Sonya, I called that variation Cade-ality. And then,
Nice.
you know, jokingly, Mobster for Christ made one called, with Garrus, called M4C plus Rhonda. So, because he
Wishful thinking on someone's part.
yeah, very wishful thinking. He had a huge crush on Rhonda. But yeah, so it was a lot of fun. But Sonya was a lot of fun to play as. As somebody who's a Johnny Cage main like myself, Sonya actually felt kind of Johnny Cage-ish with her kicks. She had an impressive array of some kick combos, which I dive into just a little bit. You gotta keep in mind, I'm not like an esports player by any stretch of the means, but you're seeing a lot of these pokes. You're seeing a lot of these different kicking combinations and things like that. But I just like the way that Sonya really feels. And I love that when you beat the person, it says finisher, it's in your face, and it slows down. Now, here's one of Sonya's fatalities.
Yeah, the finisher letters are huge.
Yes. You shoot their limbs off. And there goes the head. And I will say this, NetherRealm Studios figured out how to do hair. Like, and knock it out of the park. Because this new hair that they've got going on, the hair modeling, pardon me, is way, way superior. The stuff looks legit good.
Yeah, now Scarlet looks identical to one of the users in the Twitch chat right now, El Blanco 490. I saw a photograph of her. I mean, she could be a Scarlet cosplayer. She's a dead ringer for her.
Is that K-Tide's Reptile?
Yes.
Yeah,
yes,
identical indeed. They look exactly alike.
Oh, I'm sorry, El Bandito. I said somebody else.
Oh.
Oops. You know who I mean, guys.
Yeah. So this one, I think I've picked Scorpion here, and I think he's picked Raiden.
Mm-hmm.
So what's really cool, too, and Mobster pointed this out, you can go into the moves list. If you hit triangle on a move, it'll star it, like he just did right here. And then it'll appear in the video game HUD, and you'll be able to see these moves in the video game HUD. So now I believe, yeah, Mobster's doing that right now, and you should see it right
on top of the fight.
Right, you should be able to see it in the game how to do the fatality.
Do you think that's going to be in the final build, or do you think that was just only for the demo?
No, I think that's in the final build, and I like it. So you can see right there, chain reaction and alternating current. It'll stay up on the screen for you so you can see what the move is at all times. It's a super helpful mechanic. I love that they did that. It's going to give the newer players a lot more of a fighting chance as well. I'm ecstatic about that feature. That little feature really is going to go a long way, I think, into getting a lot of the newer players, giving them a much better chance when they get online. Nice.
Round 2. Fight.
So Outworld made a comment, stopping the pause before fatality that was all over MK9 and MKX. And I think one of the users would like you to clarify what you meant by that, Outworld. So I'll let you respond to that. A lot of players that don't know the moves will pause before a fatality to check the moves. That's what he's talking about.
Yeah. No longer do they have to do that. They can just do it at the very start of the match and be all set to go. Now you see that Raiden's got his fatal blow ready. I don't know if he's going to get it off here. No. But I love that slow-mo, like when you hit him. Just so in your face, almost like very comic book style.
Yeah, no, the new text, the way the displays that they use for them, they look incredible. Like the way the finish him letters come on is awesome.
Yeah.
I think some people in the chat misunderstand, so let me just clarify. Like, when you, what Outworld is saying is like when you have to pause the game in order to look up a fatality, from now on you don't have to pause the game. You just be able to continue the game and then bam, go right into the fatality because you leave it up on the screen.
Exactly.
It's good. It's a good decision.
Yeah.
And I hope that easy fatalities don't return, at least not as DLC or something that you pay to do. It's, you know, not people's favorite thing.
Right.
It's nice to have to be able to do the input correctly and earn it like you could in the old arcade days.
Yeah, because that's what's satisfying about him, right? Like, failing at him, and then finally getting it, and it just makes it all that much more sweeter when you actually get it off. Now you're seeing this. This is actually the same battle that we saw in the reveal trailer, right? Raiden and Scorpion in the same background, and it looks just like the trailer.
Oh yeah, absolutely. No, these backgrounds are crisp. But what the trailer used, you know, usually the trailer does stuff that's a cut above what the actual gameplay is capable of. But this time, the actual gameplay seems pretty much right on par with what the trailer showed. It really is incredible.
Yeah.
Beyond God and says, Tabmok, it's not a new feature. Okay, right. You're saying that was also an MKX, like where you could put it up on the screen and leave it there.
Maybe you could. I've never actually used it in MKX if it existed, nor did I know about it.
That's the thing. If you're old school players like us, who just do the fatality inputs from memory, it's like, oh yeah.
Yeah.
That's right, that was there. Oops, I didn't use it. I didn't use it that much either. I completely forgot. But Beyond God is absolutely right. It was there.
Okay. Ooh, we got 2 fatal blows available here. And Raiden's gonna hit me here. Mobster got me pretty good here. A lot of people thought this was Raiden's fatality, and it's not. It's just his fatal blow, and they're so awesome.
You know, I really do like the way the fatal blows are incorporated. I do prefer this to X-rays. What about you?
Well, I mean, the crushing blows are kind of like X-rays, so I think we kind of get that feature there. But I like how they took things and mixed it up a lot. The game feels really good. The controls feel a little bit tighter than MKX. They feel probably just as tight as Injustice 2.
It doesn't feel like a rehash of MKX at all. That's what I really like about it.
Right.
Ryu Kang 1995 says, I don't know how many will agree with me on this, but Mortal Kombat is more fun than Injustice.
I agree with you. Oh, here we go. What's this? Oh. I just pulled off a brutality. And there's a couple more of those that you guys are going to see in this footage as well. So eat your hearts out. Look at Scorpion covered in all this blood. It's so awesome.
Dude, it really is. So, someone's got a question for you. What does the circle button do? Now listen, I didn't play on the PlayStation, I played on Xbox, so maybe you can answer this one.
The circle button, I believe, is like your low kick.
Ah, okay.
Fight.
You know, I think when people go back and watch this on YouTube, they're really going to have to pause these menus and overanalyze them, because there's some really cool stuff in here.
Yeah, and with the quality that we have this video footage in, you're going to be able to see it all.
Yeah. So I love the way you guys got some background interactions going on. You know, jumping off of the wall, doing the wall kicks. This is really intense gameplay you guys are doing here.
Yeah. Well, we were pretty competitive, me and Mobster, man. I'll tell you what, we had a lot of fun. My first time meeting that guy, and we already became like the best of buddies. So But yeah, we were both highly competitive. He cleaned my clock when we did the first stream live with Rigo sitting behind us. Like, he kept just whooping my ass. And I was just like, okay, when we sat down here, I was like, okay, game on. So we had some fun.
Okay, so Feral565 says he has a question. How do you earn custom stuff? So I will tell you that the #1 way to earn custom stuff, and the NetherRealm team was pretty much consistent as at least as they were talking to me, is through the Towers of Time challenge mode. That's the best way to earn custom stuff.
Right.
They're called consumables.
Well, no, consumables. Actually, consumables are what I think you use you can use them in the Towers of Time to give you like advantages. But I believe you can only use them in the Towers of Time. Like I said, we had so much limited time, we didn't really get a lot of clarification on a lot of this stuff. But you do
earn gear that way too, though.
You do earn gear by beating the tower. Yeah, after you beat the tower, you do get gear, which we did in the live stream off my phone when I was sitting back getting video with Scott and Mobster in the you know, more public, more accessible area.
Finish him.
But this area where we got this footage was all press only, so we were able to get all of this stuff for you guys.
Now, at least in the demo mode, a lot of stuff in the customization options was available by default. I think they just kind of wanted to have give players a chance to show off the customization menu.
And this is what we're doing here, is the character customization. Somebody wanted to see this earlier, and here you go. Eat your heart out.
Oh man, perfect timing.
So here we go. We got the Battlestar. This is more of the throwback to Johnny Cage. She's got the totally Johnny Cage sunglasses on. And you can change the gloves.
I don't think anybody has this, dude. I really think we're the only ones that have this footage. This is incredible looking, too.
Yeah. So there's this thing called Bud E, which is her little turret. And you can change the way it looks.
No, I've seen that. That's actually part of the gameplay.
Yeah.
That comes out in the gameplay, and you use it to fight it fights other people for her, basically.
Yeah, it's a zoning tool. It's really, really cool. So here you can even change your cinematic intros. You can change your fatalities, brutalities. You know, you can set them. It's pretty awesome. Now, of course, there's not much to choose from here because it was the demo build. But we play around in this menu for a good little while here, so I'll let you guys just kind of enjoy this. And
I want to give a shout out to Uncanny Carlos, who just popped into the stream. Welcome, dude.
So here's you got like basic, like, you know, you get your skin, and there's a bunch of different options you can get for the skins. And then you can really add gear to that. So you can really custom out your skins. And this is more of her MK3 look.
Now, there's some amazing stuff on here, so once this is done and it's up on YouTube, I think people are going to want to go through this and pause it at just the right moments and get like the perfect screen captures, because some of this stuff is amazing and it goes by so fast.
Yeah. I tried to slow it down as much as we could, but I didn't know how much time we would get back in this area because it was very VIP, like very, very like press only. Like press and celebrities were hanging out back in that area. So forgive me if I rushed through things, but I did want to try to give you guys as best of a view as I could. We ended up getting a long time there, but I was really happy that we were able to capture all of this stuff for you guys. I really wanted to make it a point to go through these customization screens for everyone.
Yeah, I like that orange jacket. See, that's what I want to see more of.
Yeah,
That's the kind of thing that we got to go back and do the instant replay on, you know?
yeah.
I want to give a shout out to the On Blast show who just popped in.
Awesome. I love On the Blast. They're great. I'm monitoring the chat from my phone now, so I'm on Facebook right now, but I'll have to go on a case-by-case basis.
I'm watching the Twitch chat, so if you want to keep track of Facebook, that's probably the best idea.
So Jim Maroney has a question for me on Facebook. So the character intro are not lyrics unique for each player you battle, but also your own intro. No. They have like pre-made intros, but you can select which one you want to do. So they might have like maybe 5 or 6 different intros or intro animations. The voice will still change. The interaction with the characters will still be the same, but you can change, like, does Sonya walk out behind guards, or does she just walk out by herself? Like, you'll have all of these different customization options. Like Baraka, does he enter in and start slashing his blades, or does he enter in and slice up and kill the poor reptile? So you'll have a bunch of different options with that, I would assume, more than 2, which is what they had on the demo build here.
Now, one of the things that James is asking is that he wants more Baraka stuff. Do you have the Baraka customization options? Is that something we're going to see later?
I believe we go into Baraka. I believe we do. If it's not on here, it's definitely on our live feed, and we got some pretty good. It's not, you know, this quality, but you can definitely see it. It's in our previous stream. So if you watch our previous videos, you will see a video, and that's where we've got Rigo and some other Netherrealm people standing behind us, kind of unwrapping the game for us and directing us through everything. But we really show off a lot of Baraka in that. You can see a ton of Baraka customization options pretty clearly, because we were recording off this Galaxy Note 9 phone, which has a really great camera.
No, I love the fact that Sonya looks younger in this version.
Yes.
But you know from story mode that there's the older Sonya, so we're going to see how everything plays out.
Oh, yeah.
Sonya's pants look like the MK3 costume. Yes, they do. That is absolutely 100% right.
I'm hearing a lot of toasties, so I'm guessing we're getting a lot of followers, so thanks everybody for following. And I'm going to try to follow on our YouTube channel as well.
I'm going to look over at the Twitter for just a moment and see what's going on there, see if anyone has any new comments.
Perfect.
We've got collection mode. I didn't even see collection mode. What was that? What was that? Oh, some Garrus stuff. Nobody has this.
Yeah.
It's
And
so cool.
just to put it out there, we're not actually playing this right now. This is pre-recorded. We recorded this at the event and played through all of this. And I know the graphics look really clear. People might think we're actually streaming and playing this. We're not playing it. This is footage that we got at the actual reveal event of me, Scott Howell, and Mobster for Christ gameplay. This is Mobster right now going through Garrus and all of his customization options as well. And boy, do they look cool.
Last days of the X era. Crystallized Jinsei essence. Dude,
And
these are so cool.
shout
Even the names are amazing.
Shout out to Original Razor. I am watching the YouTube chat. I just pulled it up on my phone. I'm trying to switch back between all of them here.
Faithful Servant No More. You know what that name tells you? Faithful Servant No More?
That means that him and Chronica are going to be against each other.
Dude, that's 100% right. Let's talk about the lore for a minute.
Yeah.
I mean, Garrus has to have been, I guess, working for Chronica at one point, and now he doesn't.
Well, it's interesting because in one of his, I think one of his brutalities or fatalities, he says your death serves Chronica well. So he clearly
so maybe
works.
He still does.
He works for Chronica, but I think at some point in the story mode, he breaks off from Chronica.
And El Bandito was saying Chronica has to be the boss, and yeah, we actually were. I think
Pretty
Boone
sure.
said specifically that this is the first female boss, so of course it's Chronica.
Yeah, she'll make
Yeah,
a she'll make
no
a
doubt
great
about
boss. She'll make a great boss character.
Wait a minute. Do my messages show up in the chat? The Vero? No, they're not. They're not being ignored. We do see them.
Yeah.
We do see them. Sorry if we haven't been able to get to everybody. There's just so much cool stuff going on with MK11 right now.
Yeah.
And we're trying to keep an eye on the comments. But you can always, say things 2 or 3 times just to make sure we see it if it's absolutely necessary. We try to respond to everything.
Now you're seeing that Mobster for Christ is going to change this from Chronic Griefer to M4C plus Rhonda.
Perfect name.
This is where he does this for this variation. God bless him. As only Mobster would do.
Adventure Balls wants to know if we're developers.
No. Lord, no.
I mean, I could have answered that.
We're just super fans, man. We
I
love
knew
the
that.
game.
I know that we weren't developers.
No.
I was aware.
Yeah, we love the game just as much as you guys. And we're all professionals in certain aspects. I'm a marketing guy, and so I know Photoshop pretty well, and Twitch very, very well. I'm a Twitch streamer, and I'm the digital media manager guy for MK Online. Tabmok99 is a lore expert. So, everybody's got their own tools for the trade, if you will.
Gearless, Sonya.
So now we're going to try out our variations here. There's my version of Sonya, which I called K-to-ality, which is really a throwback to her MK3 outfit with the Johnny Cage sunglasses. Of course, as a Johnny Cage main. Gotta have that in there. Can I
just say how awesome it is that before each fight starts, it shows the 2 fighters that you picked, and it has their silhouettes going against each other in like a little mini fight?
Yeah, on top of the arena screen? Yeah, it's amazing.
Yeah.
Chris Hewitt, do you think Rain should be an MK11? I do, and we even seen Rain in the menu. So I would say he might just make it in, considering he's in the menu screen.
Monty Shaw is asking me, will Shang Tsung come back?
I would think so.
Well, somebody claimed to have the inside scoop on who's coming back, and Shang Tsung was one of the characters that they said. But after they said that, they got banned from the event.
Say what?
There was a guy who claimed that Shang Tsung was going to be in the game. He claimed that he had access to some secret information, and he leaked it when he wasn't supposed to, and then next thing you know, that guy got banned.
I don't know how...
So it makes you wonder, was he banned for lying about information that's not true, or was he banned because he leaked secret stuff that when he wasn't supposed to share it?
I don't know.
And that's open to interpretation.
That seems like a lot of drama that we don't need to get involved with personally, but I don't know. I would take it with a grain of salt. Till you see it, I'd take it with a grain of salt. Do I think Shang Tsung is going to be in this game? Yes. I do, because it's time bending, and it would make sense to have Shang Tsung in the game.
I would love to see Shang Tsung return. As you know, he was my main in MK2, and I would use him to kick anyone's ass.
Oh, yeah. Now, you see right here that Mobster's got all of his special moves listed on the screen here.
And you're going in blind.
I am going in blind like I always do. It's just how I play.
See, the junk box makes a good point that there are going to be a lot of NPCs. So when you see Rain or Johnny Cage or people like that in the background, that doesn't mean they'll be playable. Even Liu Kang and Kung Lao being part of that story mode thing that we saw, where Chronica tells them that they chose the wrong destiny.
Yeah.
It's like, well, you still don't know if they're going to be on the roster or not.
Yeah. DJ Motion any questioner combo string similar to MKX? Answer yes, they are. Ryu Kang, Katana in the customization card, possibly close to what her base design might look like. I would say so. I mean, she's in the menu, that's what she looks like. I would think maybe they'll have an in-game version of her. Now, keep in mind, I mean, the variations are hugely customizable, so you're going to be able to, like, really make every character look extraordinarily different from each other, which is a lot of fun.
Final round.
Vedril's just saying it's the opposite, Tabmok99. No NPC characters. Oh, wait a minute. Now I see what you're saying. So that means that any character who's got a model and a render and possibly a voice actor is going to be a playable character.
Yeah.
And
sorry,
Junkbox is a new viewer. He says, "I'm really sorry. I've never seen you guys before. Are you on YouTube, Mortal Kombat Online?" Fatalkade, I guess let me take a pause and just introduce who we are, because we've been around for 20 years, and we can't just assume that that means everybody knows who we are. There's a lot of new people out there who are just, finding out about us for the first time. So,
absolutely.
So welcome to the stream. Who we are is we're a Mortal Kombat fan site. We've been around since 1998. We started as mk5.org, and then we changed after MK5 was over, after MK Deadly Alliance was over, to mortalkombatonline.com. So we've been operating as a website for 20 years now. But yeah, we have a Twitter, we have a Facebook, we have a Twitch, we are on social media. Feel free to sign up to mortalkombatonline.com and make an account. We have a great, thriving discussion board. The MK11 forums are where it's at. You can also interact with us on any of our social media accounts.
That's correct. Yeah, we've been around for a long, long time. Been covering Mortal Kombat. You guys have been covering Mortal Kombat for 20 years. I've been with you guys for little less than a year. But yeah, it's awesome. We're on YouTube, we're on Twitter, we're on Facebook, and we're on MortalKombatOnline.com, which is the hub for all things Mortal Kombat.
Now, Outworld is spamming a website. I wonder if I should ban him for that.
What website is he spamming?
MortalKombatOnline.com.
Oh, no, don't ban him. Promote him.
Okay.
Promote him.
Promote him.
Now you can see here, Garrus has a lot of really fun time-bending maneuvers here, which is definitely a lot of fun. And, Sonya's got some pretty nice moves in her arsenal as well here. You see how he just turned Sonya into sand over there like a sand version and then crushed her for his win pose? It's a nice touch.
You're right. Those little details are incredible. The art that goes into it, the animation, the magic, the special effects, just what it means from a story perspective, just everything here just captures the imagination. This is the kind of thing that makes us Mortal Kombat fans in the first place.
Right.
The junk box says, "What's your name separately?" Like if I'm trying to speak to one of you, for instance.
I am Fatalkade.
Yeah, he's Fatalkade, but he is signed in right now, streaming from the official Mortal Kombat Online account. And if you want to speak to me, I'm Tabmok99, and I will type that in the chat.
Oh, here we go. This Garrus fatality again. So brutal.
Fatality. Garrus wins.
No, yeah, God, that is crazy cool. I've seen that one a couple times, and it never gets old.
No.
Fatalkade, let me ask you this. Jojo Pistachio asks, "Will you be able to mismatch costumes?" How would you explain that as far as what you saw from the customization menu?
Yeah, so you can mix and match your gear. Your skins, you'll have to choose which skin you want. So skins are a lot of palette swaps of the same look, but then you've got also other skins that look completely different. So you'll be able to choose like a base skin and then put whatever gear you want that you've unlocked on it. So you can really make these characters look very, very different. Also, I want to get to some of the Facebook comments as well. Jim Maroney says, "Oh wow, you guys are the MK5.org originators. I've been on your stuff for forever." Well, I wouldn't say we're the originators. You're one of the OG guys, Tabmok. And we've got Scott Howell, who's still around. CC Shadow Joe, he's still around, and he's the guy responsible for the new website design. So yeah, we've been around for a long time. And Sam Hayden says, "Guess the young Sonya and Return of Baraka, and the time bending means the combat kids are wiped from existence like Back to the Future." Maybe. We got to see a little bit of Cassie Cage, though, and she looks like a fully rendered playable model.
Fatalkade, that is exactly what I said to the NetherRealm Studios team. I agree with that guy 100%. If Chronica gets her way, then the combat kids are going to be erased from the timeline.
With the exception of Cassie.
Well, no. Cassie will be in the game.
Yeah.
You'll just get to watch her be erased.
Maybe. but she definitely looks playable. So, does that mean that the other combat kids might have been wiped? Maybe. We don't know. We'll have to wait and see. There's a ton of different ways that could go.
I really do think that that's Kronika's goal. I don't know how successful it is, or how you know, if she'll be able to get what she wants. Maybe there'll be multiple endings like in Justice 2. But the point is, I absolutely agree with that guy that from Kronika's point of view, if she wants the timelines to restore to what they were supposed to be, then that absolutely means that as a consequence of that, there will be no more Cassie, no more Jackie, no more Takeda, no more Kumjin.
Right. That's very true. And you'll notice in the background of this level, if you look in the background, you'll see Kano standing up right there, sitting down now on the couch in the background. So you do see a nod to Kano as well. Oh, brutality.
MK Dude 7757 says, "Who is on your wish list?" I gotta tell you, I think I'm getting everybody on my wish list. Shao Kahn, Baraka, and if the rumors are true, Shang Tsung. It's like, yeah, what more can a guy ask for?
It's true. Yeah, Original Razor said, what's me and your most wanted character for MK11? Johnny Cage. That's a no-brainer. The more you know me, you know I'm a Johnny Cage guy through and through. I want Johnny Cage in the game. He's gotta be in. I think somebody posted like a screenshot that looks like he might be in, but it's really blurry and hard to see.
Oh, I know for sure he's in one of the backgrounds. I actually saw that
Yes.
one in crisper detail.
Yes, he is in the background of the Special Fortresses stage. Sorry, I'm just trying to go through comments and then give you guys a play-by-play of the video footage as well to explain what's going on here.
Sonya. Baraka.
Okay, so this time around,
Stand down.
I believe I am again Sonya. Maybe this is about the time. Let me look at the timeline of the video here. Yeah, I think this is. I think I had stepped away at this point to go talk to Alan Johnson. So I believe this footage you're seeing now is going to be Scott Howell and Mobster for Christ. Scott Howell, one of the co-founders of mk5.org/mortalkombatonline.com. So you get to see them battle it out.
I think Mobster's going to win because he's been playing for a bunch of rounds and is now experienced, and Scott's just picking this up for the first time.
Yeah. I'll know for sure if it's Scott because poor Scott got his clock cleaned. A lot. Oh, you know what? This might be me. Yeah, this is me. I'm definitely Sonya. I can tell because of how I play with her. So yeah, this is still me and Mobster playing. I'm playing as Sonya. He's playing as Baraka. I think I got up and we switched controllers. I really started to figure Sonya out.
You know, Junkbox made a comment about MK11 not having NPCs the way MKX did, and you know, that kind of makes sense because a lot of people really did complain about that with MKX. It's like, hey, you've got Fujin and you've got people in story mode that aren't in the main game. You got Baraka. It's like, put them in the you're 99% of the way there. Just put them in the actual game.
Right.
Yeah, and they accuse NetherRealm of being lazy, and you know, the developers are like, well, it's not laziness. It's a far more work goes into making a character playable than having them as an NPC.
Right.
But I think to cut down on the number of complaints, it's like, well, all right, let's just not have NPCs then. If they're in the game, let's just put them in the game all the way.
Right.
Final round.
They're really good at you know, being tuned into what the community wants and what they like.
They are.
And if there's a big complaint, they'll make changes.
Yeah. Somebody said Garrus of War. I think he's trying to say Garrus of War.
Yeah, because I thought about that too. Like Garrus is definitely an anagram of gears.
Yeah.
It's like it's like a little nod to the gear system in this game, you know?
Yeah, it is. What if Drummond is actually Garrus? Since they both have that giant club for an arm.
Hmm.
Maybe we'll have to wait and see in story mode.
I'm not really a fan of this character is secretly another character thing. It worked well for Noob Saibot, but only because we already have another Sub-Zero.
Right. So brutal.
Hey, Fatalkade, let me ask you something.
Yeah.
Enzotaki wants to know if brutalities are performed like an MKX or if they're more player-friendly this time.
Brutalities are performed exactly like MKX. You have to fulfill certain things to be able to do them, but I believe they tell you in the character variation screen how to do some of them. I'm sure there's going to be a good amount of hidden brutalities that they will not show you that you'll probably have to find.
Now, Vedril has a question, and I'd like to answer this one. He says, what are both of your thoughts? So I guess we'll both answer this one. What are both of your thoughts on who the familiar face Ed said we'd recognize? I'm calling Lambert as Fujin for the record. I'm going to call Chris Casamassa as Scorpion. What about you, Fatalkade?
I'd have to agree.
The familiar face that Ed Boon said we'll see in MK11.
You know what? I'll put a shot in the dark here. Shang Tsung as Kerry Tagawa.
Okay, so you think Kerry Tagawa is going to be face scanned and be Shang Tsung?
Yes. Well, I think he'll be Shang Tsung's voice. He's got such a definitive voice. Like, dude. But I wouldn't be surprised if Chris is in this game too, because Chris was at the reveal. We were supposed to get an interview with him. Sadly, we weren't able to because we were so swamped, and Chris texted me, and I missed his text message. So Chris is totally about coming on Skype and being on stream with us in the future, though. So we'll definitely get Chris live for everybody in the future.
Let's see if we can get Chris, and let's try and do it, especially if there's an official announcement, like if he really is Scorpion, if our thoughts are confirmed.
Yeah.
Like, if that turns out to be true, let's try and get him on immediately afterwards, and let's talk about that with him. That'd be cool. You guys would probably like to see us chat with Chris Casamassa, right?
Yeah, Chris is such a great guy. I love Chris. He's just such a great, energetic guy. He's a lot of fun. He's a fun interview. So here we go. We got Sub-Zero against Sonya, and I think this is Scott and Mobster playing at this point.
Hardcore says, only problem I see if the speed is slower, then big combos cannot be done. And they should fix that. It's like, no, the speed is slower, but I think big combos, they can still connect. Well, I think they just adjust it on both ends, right?
Yeah, the game is still, you know, you can still juggle people. It's just not to the point, like, they've toned down juggling just a little bit, just ever so slightly. That's my opinion. But you can still juggle, and you can pull off massively cool stuff with the right timing. So with a lot of practice, you're going to be able to get off some pretty big combination attacks. So
okay, I have two questions that I want to respond to here. Feed Like Hertzy says, is that Injustice 2 with Mortal Kombat characters? And as far as the gameplay is concerned, this feels like Mortal Kombat all the way. This does not feel like Injustice 2. The graphics, though, they do seem inspired by Injustice 2. They do seem a little bit more realistic, and I think some of the tools that they tested out with Injustice 2 are definitely in use here. But from a gameplay point of view, this is all MK. The other thing I wanted to respond with, Jojo Pistachio again. You guys think there are more than 25 characters in the game? Yeah, I do. I do think there's more than 25 characters in the game. Because we know about Chronica being the boss, so that's one more right there. We know about Shao Kahn being DLC, available on day 1, so that's something right there. So absolutely, there's definitely more than 25 characters in this game, no matter how you slice it.
yeah, you know, and then there's DLC. which is coming too. So we just never know. But I think it's going to be a lot of fun. And about the gameplay, I like that it's a little bit slower paced. The speed of the game is probably faster than MKX. When it comes down to frames per second, I feel like they just touched it up a notch. But I like how it's like a longer round. You really have to get through it. When you're done fighting one round, you're like, damn. Like, you have to earn that win. And I love it. I just love it. Do I think Chronica will be playable? No, I do not. I just don't see her being a playable character. Maybe, but... Oh, here we go. There's another brutality.
Nice.
Sonya wins.
Poor
I
Sub-Zero.
really like the way Sonya uses that zip line.
Yeah, it's amazing.
Are you guys hoping? What are you guys hoping they change before the game's release? That was something that Enzotaki asks. What are you hoping they change before the game's release? I haven't really given that much thought. What about you?
Man.
Maybe the return of Conquest mode?
Yeah, there were a lot of modes that had question marks, guys. We don't know. I mean, they could still have a tag team mode in here that they just haven't shown yet. So, we don't know.
Someone's saying a virtual reality mode. Yes, I want to be wearing my virtual reality headset. Good call.
You never know. Maybe for like some of the models up close or something. I mean, you never know with NetherRealm. They always have a trick up their sleeves.
I mean, wouldn't you like a Mortal Kombat game where you use virtual reality, like goggles or something, and use that to play the game?
That would be cool.
Kibo is kind of asking something I think we covered. Do you think there will be more than 25 characters at launch? And I'm pretty sure that Chronica makes 26. She'll just be a boss probably, but then you've got Shao Kahn as DLC for day one, so that makes 27. I absolutely think there will be more than 25. What about you?
I think so.
Yeah.
Scarlet.
If you read the MKX comics and you see the stuff that they include there with like Shang Tsung's Island and Chujinko and Havoc and the Kamidogu, you see that they never really forget anything. They keep it all up here.
Yeah, they do.
So I think there'll be a lot of nods to the classic games in MK11. A lot of stuff that we haven't even seen yet.
Black Dragon Fight Club.
Jojo Pistachio says Tabmok is a legend. I agree.
I missed that comment. Thank you. I always want to respond to comments with people calling me legends. That's important.
Legend 99. We're changing your name.
Oh.
Shao Kahn taught me blood magic.
It's become your crutch, Scarlet.
Round one. Fight.
Mocap should return.
Original Razor on the VR comment says VR Crypt or VR Conquest. Could be fun.
So that's absolutely right. Those first-person modes make it perfect for virtual reality. Good call. Good call, Razor.
Let's go back to our Facebook here.
How do you like the whole Baraka with the spikes on his back and him like doing a super move where like the spikes shoot out? What do you think about that?
I think it's pretty awesome. It's a great zoning tool and like anti-air if people are trying to jump in on you.
Dude, it's incredible that they can just think of new stuff to do with like a classic character like Baraka. These guys just never run out of ideas, you know?
Oh, I know.
Fight.
Nick Robocop is... Well, hang on. Oh, Chris Dandy is saying, how did you get this demo? This isn't a demo. We're not playing... Well, this is a demo, but we're not playing it. This was recorded live at the MK reveal. It's our gameplay footage between me, Scott Howell, and Mobster for Christ. We recorded our gameplay footage at the reveal event. So this is what we got at the reveal event. We're just playing it back so you can all see it in high quality. Hope that answers your question, Chris Dandy.
Chris Cornhole is saying Sub-Zero has Ice Shurikens 2 now, which are sick. And yeah, man, they never run out of ideas. That's what I'm saying. Like, they always think of some new twist on a classic character, and it always seems like it's perfectly consistent with what they're doing. You know what I mean? Like, it never feels like too much of a stretch for Sub-Zero to do something like that. It's perfectly in line with his character.
Right, and we just saw another great brutality there from Scarlet, by the way. We were able to pull off a couple of these brutalities, which was a lot of fun.
Well, I'm glad that you guys you really did a good job with pulling off the special moves that were being recorded. That really does come out very nice. I mean, Baraka's head just came clean off. Did you see that?
With his spine.
Yeah.
Spine's still attached. You guys are going to want to see that when we put the raw footage on YouTube without any commentary, so you can enjoy all the music, all the sound effects, and really take this game in, which that's going to be uploaded. I'm going to begin uploading that as soon as the stream's over, so you'll want to check our official channel probably like 3 or 4 hours after we're done with the stream, just because it's going to be such a huge file to upload to YouTube.
So what kind of resolution is this? Is this 720p? Is this 1080p? What exactly are we working with
This
here?
resolution that we are watching right now is in 4K. I don't know how it's being broadcasted out to Twitch, but we have it playing here on my system in 4K. I think Twitch is getting it in 1080p, because I don't think Twitch has the capability to broadcast in 4K. But it's not going to get prettier than this for Twitch.tv and live streaming, that's for sure.
It's become your crutch, Scarlet.
Well, if you're able to upload it to YouTube in 4K, it could take a while.
We've got a couple more questions on Facebook, too, that I want to hit, because I'm making my rounds through Facebook, YouTube, and Twitch chat. So on our Facebook page here, let's see. Kevin Hennessy says, curious if there will be a Hell stage returning. You can't have a Mortal Kombat these days without a proper Netherrealm stage. Yes, I believe there's a Hell stage. I think I heard it somewhere that there's gonna be one, or I saw it saw something somewhere with it. But I think you're gonna get one. Don't quote me on that, but I think you are. How are the combos from Carl Delara? The combos are great. They feel very Mortal Kombat X-ish, and a little bit MK9-ish. They're really, really good. Brianna says, do you know who all is on the roster? Is Cassie coming back? Melina, Jade? We didn't see anything regarding Melina or Jade, and when you interviewed Derek Kurtzik about Melina, he said, she did! But she might come back because timelines are being messed with in this story. As far as Cassie Cage, it looks like Cassie's going to be back. We did get to see footage of Cassie, and it looked like she was having an interaction with Kitana, pre-fight interaction with Kitana, though we did not get to see Kitana, for what it's worth. But we did get to take a look at Cassie, and she looks great.
Enzutaki asks, do you think Scarlet's Cold War outfit will make it to the States, or do you think it's a Russia only?
I think it'll make it to the States. They've had Cold War packs before.
Yeah, like MKX Mobile. That's another thing where you can see the clear inspiration from the Mortal Kombat X mobile game. I really hope they don't region lock skins. It seems like they'd be cutting themselves off from potential sources of income if they do. So not a wise business decision. But maybe it'll be exclusive to Russia. Who knows?
Who knows? Man, we've been going at it for a while here, and I think this is going to conclude maybe our footage. Maybe.
Oh, you think that's the end?
Let me scroll through. I think this might be it. Let me kind of forward through.
Oh, you got 5 minutes left.
Okay, yeah. So we've got some more stuff here. And I'll kind of walk you guys through the menu here, because there is some menu going on here. So we'll just kind of pause it right here. So I'm just pausing the video so you guys can see this. Right here on Conquer, which is going to be, I think, your Towers of Time. So you can see that's clearly Rain standing there in that card. So you can clearly see Rain. And then in the fight option, you see Scorpion and Sub-Zero. And in Customize, you do see Kitana. And she looks pretty awesome. And then you see Learn. And you've got Liu Kang over there with, it looks like, we thought it was Raiden, but the more we looked at it, it kind of looked like Ashra. So we're not quite sure. And I'll just keep kind of progressing through here and pause it as we go through. And I think we might maybe scroll through these. So there's Kitana.
Now, our heads are in the way here, but there's a description of each of these modes
Yes.
that you'll see when we upload it all the way to YouTube.
You will. So right here's Learn, and it looks like Liu Kang clearly standing there, but underneath him, it does look like Ashura. It could be Raiden, but it looks kind of like Ashura. So we don't know.
I'm calling it as Raiden.
It could be Raiden. It could be.
But I'm calling it as Raiden, but it could be Astra.
Yeah. It's hard to see. And I think we'll go into some other menu cards here to show people some more of the menu art, which looks phenomenal, by the way. It looks very MKX mobile-ish, if I can be completely honest.
Dude, that's another thing. I didn't even think about that. But these cards are similar in the size and shape the way MKX Mobile lays everything out with cards. You're 100% right, man. Good call.
Right. And here there's some other things now. You can see they're redded out, so we can't get into them. But there's practice, tutorial, and they will have their own fatality tutorial mode, which is really cool. So people will be able to learn those fatalities and get them down pat in no time. That's definitely pretty awesome. So we'll just
I love these. That tutorial, the statue they use, reminds me of the statues on the side of the arena and the palace gates from the first Mortal Kombat game.
Yeah. And here's another one here. So we have characters, and that almost looks like Smoke standing there. It might be Sub-Zero, but it kind of looks like Smoke.
Or Scorpion.
Well, no, it's definitely not Scorpion because it looked like darker tinge, but it looks like it could be Smoke or Sub-Zero. I might lean more towards Smoke. And then it says collection, and here it looks like the collection card kind of looks like the palace background from where Raiden and Shang Tsung and Quan Chi teamed up against the Dragon King. Doesn't it?
Yeah, you're absolutely right. And I feel like collection is going to be the equivalent of in the old games where you access your content, the stuff that you unlocked in the crypt.
Yep, it says view the treasures you've collected underneath of it. So yes, it looks like that could be what that is. And here's a better look here at the character that I think might be Smoke. He does have a gray mask, and I can't tell if it's a shade of blue or if that's a shade of gray, but it looks like it could be Smoke that we're staring at right here.
Could just be a generic Lin Kuei warrior.
It could be. You're absolutely correct. So here's the fun one. So we go into fight. There's local tournament online and question mark, which is really interesting. But we go to local and you see Cassie Cage fighting against Kano. And then you go to tournament and you see like a cup in Shao Kahn's arena. You go to online and it looks like the Pit 2. And then you go to the question mark and there's right there in the question mark you see MK1 Johnny Cage and MK1 Kano in the as the statues from the MK1 background.
All these mysteries, what do they mean?
I don't know. NetherRealm, whenever they reveal something, they bring up way more questions than answers until the game's released. I love it.
Oh, they knew how to get people speculating, that's for sure.
Yeah.
Yeah, and Outworld's right. That the question mark is definitely a nod to the Warrior Shrine from MK1.
Yep.
You remember how in MK Shaolin Monks you had that secret Ermac battle in the Warrior Shrine where one of the statues comes to life and it's him?
Yeah.
You think they'll do something like that? You think there'll be an Ermac scene here with this Warrior Shrine stuff going on?
Maybe. It's hard to tell.
Well, I guess that's pretty much it then. We should probably be winding down now. Guys, I hope you enjoyed the footage that Fatalkade was so gracious enough to share with everybody tonight. And thank you for inviting me along to be on the stream. This was awesome.
Yeah, it was a lot of fun, man. We always have a lot of fun when we do stuff like this. Of course, this was a blast to get the footage and play it. And just watching it makes me want to play it all over again. So I'm excited to see what's next, what's happening, what they're going to show on the official NetherRealm stream. It's going to be insanely hype, and I'm incredibly excited. Now, keep in mind, guys, after I wrap up this live stream, I will be uploading the raw footage that all of you just saw. All of that will go on YouTube with no voices, nothing in the way, and you'll be able to see all of the footage in all of its beautiful glory. It's going to be very, very special. So I hope you guys enjoy that. Going through, just, gosh, we're still getting blown up with questions here. The next reveal is going to be January 30th. Plus Frames is correct.
That will be the Cabal reveal.
Right. A lot of questions, and we've got Notorious. Could question marks be older playable games in full? Maybe. We don't know. It's definitely interesting. Back to our Facebook page here. Do you think players shown will be playable in the beta? I wouldn't be surprised if the beta build has all the characters we had access to at the reveal. Would you?
Yeah, I don't think they're going to reveal all the characters. Like, even on March 23rd, when they make that public access beta, I don't think they're going to show everything. I think they want to keep some stuff secret for the final release date.
But do you think the characters...
Also, I don't think...
Do you think the
Well, I don't think they'll be 100% finished by then either.
Yeah, but I mean the characters that we got to play in the build for the reveal, do you think that will be in the beta? Do you think those characters will all be playable in the beta?
Yeah, I think all the characters that we saw tonight and more.
Oh, okay. I would actually have to agree with you.
So Hardcore wants to know if we would classify this as more of an alpha or a beta, what we saw tonight.
I would definitely classify it as more of an alpha build. Very close to beta.
Those terms really do get crazy to me because beta just used to mean like before it was ready, and then people started using alpha to mean before it was even really a beta, and then people started using phrases like pre-alpha to mean that it wasn't even an alpha yet.
Yeah.
And now like the terms have kind of eroded over time, so I don't know what you call it, but it's definitely a pre-release version.
Yeah.
No matter the label that we use.
Right.
Will Palmisano says he was confused because he thought the live reveal would have like tons of people, and to me it's like, no, I think the live reveal they're just going to keep it small, right?
Yeah.
Because the amount of stuff that you can do with each character is kind of overwhelming. You could kind of take them into an infinite number of directions.
Yeah, they showed more characters than I expected for the reveal, to be honest with you. I mean, Scarlet, wow, that was cool. Sonya, wow, that was pretty cool. Garrus is a fun, brand new character. Yeah, just a lot of cool stuff. So I think they showed a pretty solid amount for the reveal.
Well, listen, guys, I think this was a lot of fun. I am actually going back to the States tomorrow, and I need to get ready for my flight. So
Yep.
I think I'm going to call it a night, too. Fatalkade, is there any other urgent comments that we should really get to? Any really interesting stuff that we need to talk about before we wind it down?
Not really. Just stay tuned to our YouTube channel at youtube.com/officialmkonline. We will be uploading the raw footage for you guys to enjoy. That is,
you know what? Let me give you guys a tip. If you go to youtube.com/officialmkonline and you hit the subscribe button, make sure you hit that notification bell so that as soon as that video is released, as soon as Fatalkade presses the button and it's all ready to go, your phone or whatever will notify you and say, hey, this video's up.
Yes.
You don't want to miss it. You want to be there the second it does.
Yeah, you don't want to have to miss things because it's crazy, and we tend to break things pretty fast here. So don't be behind the curve. Make sure you check it out. If you do miss it, though, you can always go to mortalkombatonline.com, where we always have a nice write-up of things as well for you guys to check out, as well as other cool news that's going on. So again, be sure to check all that out. It's going to be crazy. So I'm expecting that you need to get some sleep, Tabmok99. You're pretty tired. You're out there in Luxembourg getting ready to go. I am winding down and getting ready to relax. And yeah, I'm going to get that footage up on YouTube stat for everybody. Thank you guys so much for hanging out. Tabmok, thank you for joining us.
One thing before we go, I do want to give a shout out to one of our users, Chris Cornhole. He has been on top of it. Like, anytime someone has a question about our YouTube or our website or anything, he's been right there with the URL for them. So, Chris, kudos to you, buddy. That really makes our jobs a lot easier. Thank you, man.
Yeah, shout out to Chris, man. Thank you, dude. We appreciate you staying on top of everything for us. There's a lot to manage with this live stream and just two people. This is a pretty ambitious show. We're kind of ahead of our time when it comes to this stuff with what OBS allows us to do. So we find creative ways around it. But shout out to you, my man, for making a lot of this happen.
And thank you to everybody for being here on the stream tonight. It was really fun hanging out with all of you guys. And of course, I see Scotters83 in the chat. Scott, thank you so much for everything that you do for us at MP Online.
Yeah.
Without you, really, this event and all this footage that we got wouldn't be possible. So we owe you a huge debt of gratitude.
Yeah.
And thanks again to everybody. Have a good night, and we will see you next time.
We will see you guys for the next one. Take care.